I'm just up. I can't sleep. I've been sitting here thinking about some of this crazy stuff I've been through. It's hard to believe that so many people had graves dug for me. So many people were plotting, and it's making sense because I'm starting to wonder if I was actually trafficked. The way the interactions were between me and a certain handful of people. And looking back, I'm seeing how everybody is connected. How I met everybody in the same area of town. How phone numbers are all connected. One of the main things is, like, in 2025, three guys that I know, only one of them I was having relations with, said this, but they all told me that when I check my oil to my car, the car should be running, which I knew that wasn't right. I knew something was off, but I went on ahead and went with it anyway, even though, but because like this last car had the 2013 Hyundai Sonata, and the car before that, I had the 2012 Impala. I lost the Impala because, like, a week or two before, one guy, the guy that I've known the longest, Mr. Collins, he did an oil change on my car. Then a week later is when the car ran out of oil. My job and the bullying reached a head. My landlord put me out, and my best friend's uncle strangled me to death. I actually left and came back because when I woke up, he was pulling my pants down, and he looked me in my eyes and bowed his head and said, "Something in your eyes just scared the shit out of me." And then he got up and left. Everybody's connected though. And then all the times I woke up about, there they go, out there acting a fool. I don't woke up. It was probably 7 or 8 different times where there was a guy, at least one person outside of my car with a gun. I see them. I act like I didn't see them, and just pray. Just pray. It was a couple of times my car was shot at, and I actually heard the bullets ricochet off of my car. The second time it happened, the police were around, and it was at night, overnight, and they actually drove up on my car, shined their light on it, like up and down, and like, "I don't see no bullet holes," and I'm like, "Yeah, I know." And then they kept going. There was actually an officer that told me that he was going to put me in a lake. At the time, I didn't know he was an officer. I was sitting there waiting on my check, and I was waiting on my check to come from work. I was low on gas. I was sitting there by myself at the entrance to the lake. Um, all of a sudden, all these cars pull up. A couple behind me, 3 or 4 in front of me. And like 2 cars in front of me was this white Ford Explorer with temp tags. That's another thing I noticed. Everybody that was harassing me, majority of the people that was harassing me had temp tags. Now, that Jenkins.io that I found, I had the name of 713 of these people that participated. They have updated their website to where they're not showing who participates in Jenkins.io. Well, I know. Anyway, as I'm sitting there in my car, I look up and the guy in the white Ford Explorer, I just happen to see him like giving me the evil eye through his mirror. And so he points over at the lake. And so I'm looking and my face scrunch up. And so he points at the lake again. So I point at me. And he goes and then points at the lake again. And I was like, what's up? So I end up, I started my car because I'm like, all right, maybe I need to get the fuck away from here because these people in front of me being weird, these people behind me being weird. This is 2023, right before, right before the dive into tarot. That's what's sitting on top of the deck over here. But um, so as I'm pulling off, I pull up right next to him, and he goes, "You going in that lake?" And I was like, "Go ahead, do it. I'm right here." And then I pull off real slow. I mean, I was slow. I wouldn't do it. I'm right here. A couple weeks later, yeah, this was right after I got my car, cause like a week after I got my car, it was stolen from Mr. Collins' house. And when I got the car back a couple hours later, which was strange how that happened too, but I got the car back and what they took out of the car, my work shoes, the paperwork to my car, the phone I was using to record the harassment because they tried to run me off the road a few times. The harassment, and they took my spare tire. Now, I had bank cards in there, and I had money, and I had the key to the car in there, but they still broke the column and broke the window and everything. But what they did leave, there was 2 9mm bullets in my car. One on the door handle to the driver's side of the door, and a bullet under the seat. But anyway, the person that told me that he was gonna put me in the lake, I had pulled over behind a police station in the area a couple weeks later. And I called inside because my car, it was smoking. Smoke was coming from under the hood. And I couldn't get the hood open. And I'm right there by the police station. So I called inside, like, can you have somebody come out? And they was like, go ahead and pull in the parking lot in the back. And if you see some officers, just flag them down. So I'm sitting there waiting on some officers to come out. A group comes out. I get out the car. I start walking towards them. But I see the same tattoo on the arm of the person that said they was going to put me in the lake. We made eye contact. He stops, turns around, walks right back in the building. After that, they helped me with my car. Uh, they left. I got back in my car. There was a black Jeep Cherokee with blacked out windows parked at the other end of the aisle from where I was parked. He revved his engine and pulled off like a maniac at the police station. Pretty much every night after that, because I worked overnight at the bank, security, that truck, that car, that Jeep Grand Cherokee blacked out windows was sitting outside of my job. all night. Intimidation tactics. Intimidation tactics. Every time I tried to report something, I'd get brushed off. Excuse me. This identity theft, this these mind games are way deeper than some twisted family. It's way deeper than some jealous females. It's deeper than some spiritual, religious. It's got to be about this. Something any and everybody could be. I would have never thought this was how I would end friendships. Uh, this shit hurt. This shit hurt. How people really felt, was really willing to do. I learned a lot. But I'm still here. I'm ready. I'm ready. I love you. I thank you. I thank you and I love you. I ask that you calm my heart, calm my mind. Allow me to rest easy. Please forgive me if I've done anything out of line against your will. Good night. Stability through burdens. Thanks to the gods and the God of all gods. And collaborating with my divine family. It's going back to where it came from. It's going back to where it came from. I'm not gonna put my shit back how it's supposed to be.